Hey, Michelle here. Welcome or welcome back. So today I'm going to share with you a personal story about how our bodies are always communicating with us. So if you've been dealing with any sort of health issues lately, have you taken the time to pause, tune in, and listen to what your body's been trying to communicate with you? So sometimes our body needs to scream in order to get our attention. And by the time it's screaming, when we get those like physical aches and physical pains, all we want to do is eliminate the physical ache and the physical pain. And we kind of brush over the fact that there's a mental component and emotional component. You see, I think health, like when our health goes awry, I think there's more than just one factor that causes it. I don't think it's just bacterial or viral or some sort of toxin. I think it's also a combination of how we handle stress, what emotions we might be a little stuck on. If they're lower vibration emotions like anger or sadness, for instance, they're not bad emotions. And I know sometimes I call them negative emotions, but they're not negative in that context. No emotion is negative. It's a part of our human experience. The issue becomes when we start lingering in those emotions in a chronic way, when we're constantly in that sadness, constantly in anger, constantly in shame. Our body starts to respond, it reacts. So we have to learn to move through those emotions. And we have to learn to understand, how our minds operate, because that's a big part of how our bodies operate, because they're so intimately connected. I know some of you have asked, by the way, for videos on healing mindset, and I promise you I will be sharing them. And I thank you so much for your patience, because I've had a tough couple weeks with my health, some ups and downs. And so I want you to know I hear you. And I'm going to be coming out with those videos along. I know some of you have also asked for endometrial polyps, that video for yoga therapy for endometrial polyps. So I promise you I will be coming out with those videos. But today I just wanted to share with you what is real, what's happening right now for me. It just felt kind of urgent to share this message. So that being said, the personal story is that I have, if you've been following this series, Healing Health Issues Naturally, I've gone through a domino effect of health issues over the past year in spite of doing everything I can to keep myself healthy. I was like the picture of perfect health before this year of, exercising, meditating, eating more plant-based and all of that. I come to find out actually the plant-based diet was actually wreaking havoc on my gut. So that's another story, and I share a little bit about that in how I healed my gut naturally, which is another video. I can link that below if you're interested. So that being said, I went through a first round of treatment with quantum energy medicine to address symptoms of fibromyalgia that started to pop up for me earlier this year. And the first round of treatment overall went pretty well. I did have some positive results. I also had some of the leg pains and back pains and spasms that I had return. Not all the way. It's not nearly as bad as it was before, but I had them return, so I know there's still things I need to clear out. And in the last couple weeks since my last video, I had a 1-day fever with massive headache and massive weakness, and it went away, but it left a slew of other symptoms that I've been dealing with, including fatigue almost daily. So I'm seeking to address those right now. And as I'm addressing them, not just from the quantum energy medicine, not just from tweaking my diet for something that is right for my body and for me at this time in my life, but I'm also seeking to understand what is my body communicating with me. Again, just like I said a moment ago, sometimes your body needs to scream to get your attention. Well, guys, mine has been screaming at me. So I sat down, I meditated, I journaled on this, and sometimes I'll just even lay my hands on the body where the pain is. I feel a lot of tension and pain sometimes in my legs, and it gives me some trouble with walking at times. Thankfully, I've been okay the last couple of days, but so I lay my hands on my body and I just, get quiet and relax my shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose, deep breath out through the nose, and I just kind of quiet myself. And I ask exactly that question. What are you trying to tell me? What is the lesson here? There's always a lesson. There's always an opportunity for growth. And this is the silver lining. When we are dealing with health issues, it can be really freaking hard. to stay positive and to feel good. This is a way that you can really tune in and feel better about yourself and be more proactive in your own healing. So as you lay your hands on your body, if you feel comfortable doing that, you can lay your hands on your body. You can, just sit and rest your hands comfortably on your lap, whatever feels good to you, and just quiet, few deep breaths, and ask your body, what is it trying to tell you? And you can keep a journal nearby and just jot down any notes or words or feelings that come up. You might feel some feelings. So that came up for me when I laid my hands on my body and I started to meditate on this. I realized that, with the aches and pains that I've been having in my legs, and sometimes I have trouble walking or moving forward, and I realized that's such a direct correlation in my own life, because I realized I've been stuck in fear of moving forward with certain things in my life. And I realized there's things I really want to do, and there's, I see this vision of myself of where I want to be, and somehow there's been this resistance, there's been this block, and I've been afraid to move forward because I'm afraid of either failure or perhaps even of success, what the responsibility of added success brings on. And so I started noticing, man, I've been really stuck in fear. I've been holding myself back, and I have not been trusting enough in the universe. I've not been trusting enough in God to lead me forward, to guide me forward. So that's one of the major messages that came up for me when I was listening to the aches and pains in my body. Interestingly enough, one thing you can also do if you're interested is you can Google about chakras. Chakras are wheels of energy in our body, and they're actually 114 of them total in our body, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But there are 7 major ones that run from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. And those 7 major chakras, they correlate with specific life lessons we're here to learn. So oftentimes an ailment or an illness or something in a part of the body can relate to that specific chakra. So for instance, the first chakra is right at the base of the spine at your perineum. And that first chakra has to do with our foundation in life. It deals with fears. Interestingly enough, it deals with fears. And that was the big thing coming up for me, fear. And legs are related to the first chakra. So that's something you can do with your own journaling. I would recommend meditating first on it. Try not to look up and try to figure out, what your life lesson is or, what the issue is here. Instead, try to tune into yourself first, because you are your own best teacher. You know your body best. You just got to give it time to tune in. Listen, your body's been trying to communicate to you through its health issues. Why don't you take a moment and listen to it? Befriend your body. So much, oftentimes I know I've gotten into a space where it's I start getting angry at my body. Why are you failing me? I'm doing all this stuff to be good to you, and you're just failing me. And it can be frustrating. Write all of that out. I find journaling is incredibly therapeutic. So take the time and first tune into your own inner wisdom. That's going to be above everything. And then secondly, then if you wish to, you can Google about the chakras and see if you find any relations to some of your issues or some of the life lessons you may be learning right now in this life, and see maybe how it correlates to what health issue you're going through. And then you can use that as a supplement to whatever medical or holistic healing path that you've chosen for yourself. I hope this is helpful to you guys. Please let me know in the comments below what you found resonated for you, or what you found has worked for you in your own healing journey when you learn to tune into your body and listen to the messages it's trying to communicate with you. I always look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are into your health, mind, body, and spirit, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and I so look forward to bringing you more videos. And again, thank you so much for your patience. As I've been dealing with my own fatigue and certain issues, I'm doing my best to get these videos to you, and I love doing this, so I'm excited to do more. All right, thank you again, and be well.